Hi guys! This is Patchwork, or as you know on my blog, the Patchwork Nerd. And I'm just here because I promised you guys a video if we hit 2,000 views before the beginning of August. And guess what? You guys amazingly surpassed my expectations. I am well past 2,000 views and it's barely a dent into August right now. So first off, I know I already wrote a blog about it, but I just want to thank you all for all your help and support and kindness and the people who have been sharing my blog and talking about my blog and posting it. I can't express enough how much I appreciate all you guys. I thought we'd start off with a little thing I'd like to call show and tell. I'm going to show and tell myself today. So, if you're wanting to get to know your patchwork better, today's the day for you. Obviously, we're going to babble about other things in the future, but today we are focusing on some favorites of mine. I often get asked, what is your favorite book? Well, I've got the answer right here. This book is called The Name of the Wind by Patrick Rothfuss. I hope I'm pronouncing his name right. He's a writer actually from Wisconsin, and the story is beyond amazing. I can't even begin to describe how fantastic it is, and a plot description never does it justice. I could tell you about scenes that go on it, and you would think it's boring, but the writing in this book is so strong, and that's what makes this book fantastic. I plan on doing a future review on it, giving you more details about exactly why I love it, but just know this is the book that you need to check out, and if you really love it, read its sequel, Wise Men's Fear. I unfortunately have not gotten to it yet because I'm reading about 3 or 4 books right now, and if I add any more books to my list, my boyfriend will hit me with plastic spoons because that probably wouldn't be considered domestic violence. But anyway, Name of the Wind, check it out, okay? Okay, moving on. A lot of you might be wondering, what was my favorite book when I was a kid? Well, you can't be Dr. Seuss. You can't. But for the sake of argument, let's look at something a little bit unknown. Well, at least I'm guessing most of you don't know. This book changed my life. It is called A Porcupine Named Fluffy, and it's about exactly what you think. A kangaroo. This book is about a porcupine. His name's Fluffy, and he's got a very, very unfortunate predicament for reasons that I hope to God are obvious. This book was my bread and butter as a child, and my mother read it to me probably more times than she ever wants to count. And this book kind of made me who I am today. So, another great thing to check out. I'm just going to get this over with right now, because I previously mentioned on my blog the idea of sharing who my favorite pony is. Now, for those of you who don't know what I'm talking about, I'm a fan of My Little Pony Friendship is Magic. I call myself a Pegasister. I'm not ashamed. I'm not ashamed at all. We'll talk more about it later. But for the sake of show and tell, some of you might be wondering, and some of you have even asked, Patchwork, what is your favorite pony? Who is your favorite pony? And I am going to show you guys. This is Fluttershy. Can you see her? Her little cutie mark, which is butterflies, because she has a love for animals, and animals love her, and she's awesome like that. I adore Fluttershy, mainly because, well, as my boyfriend puts it, she is kind of me in a lot of ways. Very shy at first, very soft-spoken, but if you push us hard enough, or you piss us off enough, we'll show our, true colors. We'll show a little bit of fierceness amongst all the shyness. She is just adorable. She takes care of animals. She loves them. She cuddles them. She just adores kids. I adore dogs. Fluttershy is my favorite pony, hands down. Some of you might be wondering, what is your favorite video game? And honestly, It's a tie. At this point, it's a tie. And I couldn't find the cartridge of one of the games, but I found the other one. So we're going to start with this one. Paper Mario for the Nintendo 64, the original Paper Mario, the first one, the one that started it all. As some of you might have noticed, I have written about Paper Mario on my blog. If you want to learn more about it, just check it out. It's my Beside the Controller review of Paper Mario in all its delicious glory. I love this game because it's adorable. The story is so sweet and so full of adventure, and when I watch this game I just get so stirred up, like, yes, we're going on an adventure, we're going to save the Mushroom Kingdom. And it's the first time you really get to see the Mushroom Kingdom in all its glory, in all of its colors, in all of its majesty, and you explore new and different worlds, and you finally figure out why everything's connected the way it is, and everything just makes so much more sense when you play this game. Not to mention the characters are priceless. Bo, one of your companions, you collect companions throughout the game who help you in combat, and Bo. Oh, Lady Bo. She is a boo, and she's the most amazing, sassy thing I've ever seen in my life. She is actually a boo that takes a fan and she'll smack you upside the head as one of her attacks. And she's got such spunk and such an attitude, and I've always admired characters like that because I always was very shy as a young child, and every so often I'd let my sass out, and I'd like to think that Bo definitely influenced me and just, teaching me to just take out the fan and smack those people that just make me angry. And I love her to death. So, this game, check it out. I spent about $5 or $6 on a plastic unicorn.